Get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go on fourth with Wilson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive? They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Wilson. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's a gain
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Eluding the pressure right. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Now Mostert. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On third down, here comes Mostert. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
That one going to be complete to David Moore. Wilson. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. From the gun, Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Garoppolo on first down. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mostert
at the 47-yard line.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
The ball carrier.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Garoppolo now. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here's Mostert. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 3rd down, turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. James, he'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. James. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Ball carrier.
But obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
At the 14-yard line.
Once again, it's Mostert. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
The ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have moved down in front. Gold to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Niners 21, Seahawks 14.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
First down.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. To throw again, Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a first and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From 10 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And no sweat. He puts it through. And we are tied here in the fourth.
21 apiece. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. Here's a handoff to motion running left. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on first and 10. Now Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another first down.
10 more yards. That's another 40.
Back to throw. Garoppolo connects with Kittle underneath. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Wow, so they were already in field goal range. Now this and a completely new story to tell.
And frankly, what they're going to say when they review this game and go over it, they're going to tell the offense, he had one job. All right, you knew what you had to get done. You knew where we wanted to kick the field goal from. You know our range. Just take care of the football, and we win the game.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. That close to taking a fourth-quarter lead, but the goalposts, they had other plans.
I thought it was on target. It looked good off his foot, but then, doink, off the metal and out. And those are the kind of breaks that can definitely swing a ball game.
Now Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
21 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
56, the mark, boy, 56. Shot 56.
Wilson to throw. He's going to get this one down to Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
so now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This from long, very long range. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Warner in on the tackle.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially in overtime. In the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. From the shotgun, Wilson. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. It's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Here we go. 11. Shit. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
What can Garoppolo do now with his drive? The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The safety Jamal Adams able to break that one up.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead 2nd down.
It's now 2nd.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Cook. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance. Meanwhile, for the Niners.